Welcome back to IGN Live, coming to you from Gamescom in Germany. I'm now joined by Fran Mirabella from IGN.
Hey, Nintendo ships pulled the port. I'm joining.
Yep. Speaking of Nintendo, Filippo from Nintendo Europe is joining us here. Welcome to the show. We're talking about Super Smash Brothers on Wii U. That's right, yeah. I know we've got some footage here we're going to pull up. Is it playable on the show floor? Have you been letting fans play?
It's playable, and we're actually holding a tournament here as well, just like we did at E3.
Oh, perfect. Oh, really? I actually didn't know that. What's is the tournament like the Smash Brothers Invitational?
Well, I mean, we don't have the same caliber of players at Gamescom that were the ones that were selected for the Invitational.
Sure.
So it's a more friendly thing, just for fun.
I would have enjoyed that one.
Fans are really glad about it.
Sure.
Nice. Hey, well, I actually got something to talk about.
Yes.
Meta Knight was announced.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a great favorite from the past previous versions of Smash. And I mean, I'm sure that will make a lot of fans very, very happy.
Yeah, I think we saw Meta Knight was headed this way, and they've been holding out for a little bit, so it's really nice to see him back into the mix. But yeah, we brought a little bit of direct feed with us today, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually playing alongside Filippo in here.
Yeah, and I'm losing against you, I think.
Yeah, I think the first match you won, but then once I realized what was going on.
Which characters are you playing?
For this one, I'm actually Mega Man, and I think I lose. I let him win. But you'll see that I selected red and white in this case. I like to mix up the costumes. I don't really stick to the standards. I'm always another color. That's how you know if I'm playing.
Okay.
So that's important. But yeah, why don't you know the move sets a little bit. So why don't you talk about Mega Man for a second? Some of what it can do.
Well, my favorite thing, if I have to be honest, of Mega Man is his Final Smash, because he evokes all the versions of Mega Man from the different series of Mega Man games, which basically shoot a giant beam in front of them and hit all the enemies.
Yeah, it pretty much just hits like right in the entire center of where you aim the Final Smash at, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, of course, like a typical feature of Mega Man in his own games is that he can pick up weapons from the defeated bosses.
Right.
And he can use some of the most famous weapons of previous versions of Mega Man in Smash. So, for example, the Metal Blade that you see in Mega Man 2, for example, is one of his best attacks.
A favorite, for sure.
Fran, I'm told Mega Man is actually a very difficult character to play.
Yeah, you know, I obviously have not had a ton of time with the game between the events, but I think it's only difficult because you don't intuitively understand which of these special moves is where, so you kind of got to memorize, you know, down in special, I think, is the leaves, and right in special is something else. So, like any character, it's like getting used to them, but he has a lot of, like, special things attached, and I think that's probably why people say it. He's also got a very short range, you know, but Mario does too. Like any character, you got to get used to him.
Like every character in Smash is almost like learning something entirely new. Because you really have to become very proficient with every single move, which is radically different from the other characters.
Yeah, I forget if we played Wii Trainer. I actually think the Wii Fit Trainer is one of the harder characters. Just is so interesting.
Well, you know, the Wii Fit Trainer can usually attack in both directions, so almost all of her attacks hit both left and right. So you can usually use her tactically, her or him tactically.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What about Villager, by the way? Were you playing Villager in this match?
Yeah, so Greninja, of course, he has a lot of water-based attacks, being a water Pokemon. And he can throw the giant water shuriken as his neutral B attack, for example, which is really, really effective. And, well, I would say super effective. And also it's Final Smash again. It's such a cool animation because he fights every character and throws them up in the moon on a backdrop against the moon, and then basically destroys them. So it's very quick. It's very, very quick and nimble. And he's a ninja, so he can disappear and appear on another part of the screen.
Right, exactly. So yeah, in this match, I chose Link. I went to someone a little more trusty. I prefer to play Peach, but not available, unfortunately. But I'm freaking awesome with Peach, so cannot wait to play her in the game. But tell us a little bit about this stage. I have mixed feelings on it, actually, but it's nice that it's just wide open.
Yeah, so the stage is wide open, and I mean, it's Little Mac stage. Little Mac does not have a lot of jumping power, of course, being a pugilist. And, well, the boxing ring is mostly flat, but it has a lot of interesting elements, because you can jump on the bends on the side of the ring, And you can also destroy the lights at the top,
Right.
which will fall down and smash the
Yeah, I mean,
others.
talk about that for a second, because I didn't notice that the first time I was playing. You can bounce off the bands on the edge, like they're elastic.
Yes, like a wrestler.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, and it just kind of propels you up a little higher. In fact, you probably can get on the stage, the lights up top a little easier that way, right?
It's actually quite useful for Little Mac because it gives him that increased jumping ability that he needs sometimes. And if you attack the part at the top, the lights, they will eventually come crashing down.
Yeah, you basically, like some of the Smash stages, you're going to want to like try to bring it down on your opponent. So you got to, in addition to paying attention to getting your ass smashed. Sorry, I swear. I knew that was going to happen.
It's not really a swear word.
It is a little bit. But yeah, in addition to that, you just got to pay attention to the lights because they're going to come down and they're actually pretty painful in terms of damage on your health meter.
I've been smashed out of the ring many a time because of those lights.
Yeah.
Also, something I really like is the replay on the background that shows your own fight. Like if you're watching a giant, like if you're actually in a boxing ring, at a boxing match.
Yeah, it's a pretty good stage, but like any stage, I actually don't like when the stage does damage on you. That's me personally.
That's just your preference.
That's part of the fun of Smash is the stages that mix it up.
So we don't have, is Pac-Man not in here? In this build?
So this build was
not in the demo, not in this demo. But well, something also that's unique about Smash is that level of unpredictability.
Yeah.
That stages might give you. But also the fact that you can play the game as you want. So we already announced that if you don't like stages that are too dynamic, you can play. You can of course deactivate that. You can play in Final Destination version of stages if you want that do not have so many dynamic elements and platforms. And when you play online, you can just play for glory mode, which is also in the only Final Destination stages.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's all sort of the purist mode, basically, is what that one is.
Yeah, it's a mode where you take away a bit of that unpredictability of Smash, and you focus more on the fighting of the two characters. You don't have the items as well, for example.
Yep. Yeah, most of the tournament players, they turn all that off.
Tell us about this stage, this Pilot Wing stage.
Yeah, that's a Pilot Wing stage, and basically you have to jump from one biplane to the next as they fly away from you.
Yeah, as I played this stage, I actually didn't realize that's what was happening.
Now it's Pong.
Wow, that Pong power-up.
Yeah, that's a System 17.
Where did that come from?
System 17. It's a very old retro console.
That's right, yes, of course. Yes.
Nintendo made a long time ago. That had 17
That's right.
different
Yeah, it's
games.
not Pong, for the record. They're just similar.
Is this when the map first started, we were over the Super Nintendo flat ground.
Yeah, Pilot Wing takes place in Boo Island. So what you see underneath is the place where you can play also with Sport Resorts, for example.
But it starts with the 8-bit kind of style, right?
This
in the beginning. I just noticed it myself, actually. So it actually comes by kind of fast. You can see it
over there, right?
Yeah, and
that's like the Pilot
this
Wing.
part, you mean? Yeah, that's the original Pilot Wings.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool. I mean, I do like
very cool.
just all the styles that the maps have. I don't like too much craziness. I like to focus on the fighting.
Very particular.
Smash is like one of my favorite games, so there's sort of no question that I'm going to have a lot of opinions on it. So, what do you think of the custom movesets? Have you had a chance to play with any of that yet, or can you talk about that at all?
Well, we announced, we showed that you can unlock custom specials.
Right.
So basically, your neutral B, your side B, and your up and down B.
Yeah.
You can unlock different sets of different moves.
Yeah.
So as an example, I could make you can change the way Mario's fireball behaves. So you can make it as a bigger fireball, for example, but that will not travel as farther on screen.
And how does that unlock as, because I know the amiibos play into that a little bit, but how do you level up and unlock these powers? Have they talked about that yet?
Like other Smash games and other games made by Sakurai, there's many different systems to unlock different upgrades.
I remember that with the original Smash Brothers Melee, that I was going through and some was a lot very challenging. And one of the unlocks, though, is just playing the game for a certain amount of hours. So I put it on infinity time. That was one of the tricks, and just you let it sit there. But yeah, it's true. There's always a lot of different ways to unlock stuff, which is actually really cool. You're not like limited to do it one way, which is nice.
One thing we can say is that in the 3DS version of the game, in Smash Run, which is the exclusive mode for the Nintendo 3DS version of the game, there's a big possibility to unlock a lot of different things.
Yeah,
and then you could transfer your characters and your characters to the Wii U version.
Right. So you're from Nintendo of Europe, right?
Yes.
Release dates, let's talk about that for a moment. It's right now slated sort of for the winter, to say holiday.
Yeah.
What about Europe? Is it the same?
The Wii U version
is
slated for winter 2014, yes.
Okay, so it's still in the
toward
Europe
the end of the year.
And the United States are still in the same time period, right?
Yeah, toward the end of the year.
That's very cool.
You play Peach.
Yes.
Is she your favorite?
Oh yeah, by
character?
far.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is Little Mac, I have to say.
Little Mac?
Little Mac,
yes,
already,
yes.
yeah.
I am really trying to master him, and I really like the fact that he's a powerhouse on the ground, and a bit of a weakling as soon as he leaves the ground. But I mean, the thing is that I like that I can win often with players that are much better than me because they don't know the character so well. Sure. So when the game will be released, I will probably start losing again.
Yeah, exactly. At first, you have that advantage if you try new characters. Like there's just unexpected stuff that comes at you, but you learn pretty quickly the cheap tricks that kind of come out of that.
Of the new characters that have been announced, has a fan favorite emerged yet?
A fan favorite emerged? Well, Greninja, I think,
really?
a big spot. Pac-Man and Mega Man. I mean, this is a game in which you can play Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mega Man. So 4 classic great heroes of the world of video games.
I mean, that's definitely a match I'm looking forward to with all those different characters all in one spot. And hoping there's still a couple more surprises left before the game releases. Actually, on that note, I was curious about, do you know much about the relationship with Namco Bandai?
Well, they helped develop the game. I mean, Namco Bandai is a great experience in fighting games, and they helped Masahiro Sakurai and Nintendo in developing both versions of the game.
Right, but do you know how it? Because they're on the Wii U version and the 3DS version. Is that right?
Yeah,
but it's seamless. Like I played the game, and when they first announced it, I thought, oh, it's going to be a different developer. There will be subtle touches that are different, but I sort of forgot. That being said, do you know if they sort of work, like it just seems seamless. Do you know how that is? Like, did they just hand over the original code, and or is it all brand new?
Well, that's
from the
part
ground
of the inner workings of of our Japanese development
magic.
offices.
It's the magic of it, Fred.
Yeah, that's magic for me
you don't
as
want
well.
You don't want to look behind the curtain.
I do want to look behind the curtain. Yeah. So, is there anything else that you can tell us? Like, can fans look forward to any new announcements? Obviously, there's weekly content, but is there a time period at all that that maybe there's more coming in the world of Smash?
Well, there is surely a lot more coming, but the best way to keep up to date with that is check the Monday screenshots and the SmashBrothers.com
which you
website.
can find at IGN.com every week too.
Of course, we're all over.
Philip, thank you so much for joining us today. Super Smash Brothers, looking fantastic. I know Fran's super excited about it.
I'm super excited for Super Smash Bros.
But stay tuned, don't go away. We have much more to show you from Gamescom here in Germany, presented by Dead Island 2, right after these messages.